Sellers, you're making big mistakes across the country right now, and I'm going to show you why in a few charts nationally and locally. Hi, this is Rick with Rick Helps Real Estate. Let's take a look at our real estate market. What are you doing wrong? And I'm not picking on you, I'm just pointing out some reality here. Here's the first harsh reality. Here's the median sales price plus 4.6 year over year. Median sales price of 375,000, somewhere around there. It's not actually listing the price on this chart, but if you go down here, this is where it is. Notice how it's kind of gone down a little bit and then now it's flat. Well, what are you asking? You're going up. You should be priced here and possibly here. Why are you pricing up there? You're signing yourself up for failure. Now, it's not true that realtors want to get your listing and they want you to ask as much as you can so that they can make more commission. That's just nutty talk. That's people talking that don't really know anything about real estate or selling it. We don't want a listing that won't sell. I mean, what good is that going to do me to pay for the pictures, pay for the sign, pay for the marketing, hours and hours of work and miles of travel, just have it expire? It doesn't make any sense. So if somebody tells you that, oh, these agents are just listing high because they want more commission, they're nuts. Not nuts, they're just misinformed. However, you will get some agents that will come in and they will give you a price that sounds really nice so that they can get the listing and try to talk you down on your price later. That's probably more common than we care to admit. But the other thing we're seeing in our market here is look here on how many new listings that we have and compared to other years. So it's up there. We are up to pre-pandemic levels, almost identical. Today, 10,295 month to date in January and 10,665 back in 2019. So new listings are showing up. Here's the listing success rate. And the listing success rate means how many of you actually got your listing price at the final day of your contract. So let's say you were asking $700,000, but over the course of the terms, you lowered it to $650,000. Then you sold it. The listing success rate is based on that number, not the original number of 700,000. Historical average 69.2 this month, 67.5. Well, that isn't an indication that now's the time to price higher than the market, is it? And when you look at expired listings, they did have a spike up at the end of the year just because it was the end of the year. I expect this to increase at the end of the quarter, the end of March. Right now, they're back down to where they've normally been. And then if you look on our market right now, the list price per square foot again went up. Average sold percent to list price. This has gone up here. The average list price per square foot is this blue line here. And you can see that it went up slightly, 363. So we're not seeing list pricing coming down and sales prices coming down. We've seen sales prices right now look like they're going to track slightly down for the end of the first quarter. But nationally, if I look at Altos research here, it said he's talking about this week, another sign of future sales prices slipped in a bit of a surprising way, but he said these are not catastrophic signs. It's not like there's a panic out there. You've heard me say that here. In fact, the inventory of unsold homes on the market ticked down fractionally this week. It's not uncommon for January to have a little up and down in the inventory numbers. If inventory were jumping each week, that would be notable, but it's not. The supply numbers are growing just a little bit. So we have slowed down just a little bit in the number of listings that we got out. So buyers that you're waiting to submit these lowball offers, you have to get to that psychological point where sellers say, you know what, I really do need to sell. Right now, there's sellers just saying, well, I'm going to try and sell. They don't need to sell. There's a big difference. You've got to wrap your head around that. You're trying to do some math and say, well, it's 2025, so I'm only going to offer them 2022. That won't work. Are there people that bought in 2023 that are trying to sell in 2 years that are going to be in a world of hurt? Yep. I've been in that situation. Fortunately, it was a corporate relocation and they covered me from any losses. But sometimes you get in an area, you only stay 18 months and they want you to go somewhere else. You look at the price that you bought the house for and you're going to try and sell it and you go, "Geez, I'm not even going to break even." So it doesn't matter if we are just at the tail end of a market that was really aggressive. Now it's easy to look in the rearview mirror and say, okay, we peaked in 2022. But it's never a good time to sell within a 2-year window. And we just had a rare occurrence where prices were going up, up, and up, and you weren't hitting that kind of a wall. And here's our active listings. They are going up, but you can see slightly. They just went up a little bit here versus they went from 21,704 to 22,169. That's going to slow down a little bit. I still think we're probably going to be rolling above 24,000 by the time we get to March, middle of March, March 1st, just based on the current rate of new listings. Now, the other talk that's out there is foreclosures and pre-foreclosures. I mean, I've had some people reach out to me on several occasions saying, hey, can you send me a list of foreclosures? And I've tried to say that they're not there, folks. I mean, they're there, but here they are. I mean, they're below normal. So there's headlines, there's fear, there's YouTubers. I'm sorry, it's not there. It is what it is. I mean, I keep looking at the stuff that's out there, and I watch a lot of stuff. Somebody asked me the other day if I watched Melody right, and I just kind of shrugged my shoulders, and I'm kind of sitting back waiting for Melody to be right. She's talking about the delinquency rates that we see out there. And again, when I pull up the numbers on delinquency rates, they're not there. They said there was a spike. Well, the spike, we went up 0.1%. Let me repeat that, 0.1%. They called that a spike. But it gets headlines. So when you get a headline like that, you can't wait to show it and invoke a little bit of fear. Is our market going to slow down? Absolutely. Is it going to crash? Not seeing anything yet. So sellers, I'm not telling you that you need to price at 2008 disastrous levels. I'm just saying that dollar amount that you're hoping you can get, it's not there. And I don't mean to be the seller of doom and gloom. I'm just showing you the numbers and saying, look, if average sales close pricing's up this much, why are you pricing up here? It's not going to sell. And you're going to be mad at your agent. And you're going to be complaining. He's not marketing it. I haven't had anybody look at the house. Buyers are savvy. They can get on. They can look at the trends all the time. They look at all kinds of different sources. So they know. They know what's selling in the neighborhood. They know whether or not you're overpriced or not. And most of them aren't coming in and writing you a lower offer. They're just sitting back and waiting for you to adjust your price first, and then they come back. So it's going to be an interesting couple more months while we watch and see how this shakes up and sets us up for a spring market, which is usually a lot brisker for us here. Unless we get some relief in rates, I don't see it happening. But sellers, do not despair. When you're priced right, your home is selling. It is moving. It's just disappointing some people that they can't get the price that they hoped they were getting. And I hope this helps. If you have any questions, shoot me an email at rick@rickhelps.com. Oh, before you leave, I will be out this week. I've got some surgery coming up on Tuesday. And so I'm going to be laying around thinking. And but Jessica's covered for me like she always does. She may even jump on this channel and give you an update while I am out. Until then, I will see you in a week. Take care.